Nico is with us from Estonia. Hi, Nico. How are you?
Oh, hello. Thank you. How are you, sir?
Better than I deserve. What part of Estonia are you in?
Tartu. It's a very small city, although
Okay.
the second biggest city in Estonia.
Cool. Rachel and I and our family visited Tallinn a few years ago. It's Tallinn. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Beautiful city.
I
How
know,
can we
Nico,
help?
I saw Estonia and I said, not many people can probably say, I have been to your country, Nico. I've been to Estonia.
How can we help you, sir?
Me and my fiancé are moving to U.S., to Indiana, Notre Dame, for our PhD degrees, both in the same department. We are debt-free. We do not have any debt. We have all our moving costs covered, and we both have fellowship. The thing is, we will have some salary left over every month, and we have no idea about American economics or how can we invest or what we should do with it. Should we go ahead? Let me say that we will have about $2,000 left each month on the side after eating, providing for shelter, phone, everything that. And what should we do? Should we plan to buy a house maybe next year, or should we invest in a different way? I would love to listen to your advice.
Wow. What's your PhD you're studying?
Bioengineering. I am building synthetic hearts.
Wow.
Wow.
So will you be, when you finish the PhD, will you be returning or will you be staying in the U.S.?
I haven't made up my mind yet, but I think I will stay a little bit longer for postdoc.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, South Bend's a beautiful town. Been there a lot of times. Notre Dame's a fabulous campus, so you've signed up for a world-class ride there. If you're going to be there 5 years or longer, buying a home is not a bad idea. If you're not going to be there 5 years or longer, it's questionable.
All right. I was thinking the money I'm going to pay for rent, which is about $1,200 a month, I can just pay it for mortgage, and even if I don't stay there at the end, I can sell the house and get some of those money back instead of losing it every month.
You won't necessarily unless you stay 5 years. We don't know if typically the house will not go up enough in value, and you've got to make sure you can get the house sold. Houses, right now, houses are selling like crazy. The real estate market's white hot. But a few years ago, you couldn't give one away. So, you don't want to get into a home if you're not going to be there 5 years, because your trade out for rent is not one for one. Because you can turn around and lose money on the house and make you wish you had rented if you're only going to be in the house 2 or 3 years or something. And the South Bend market's a solid market. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a bad place to own real estate, but all real estate needs to be purchased with a 5-year window or longer. Other than that, I would just pile up the cash because, Nico, a pile of cash just gives you lots of options. And then as you decide where you're going to stay and where you're going to be, that pile of cash can be applied wherever you are. And that's true in any economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you recommend him investing if he's not going to be here 5 years or longer?
Yeah, if you want to do like an index
Mutual
fund
funds,
and park some of that money, that's fine. But the big thing the money's going to give you that's going to be more than anything else is just the flexibility, which to move to another city if you're going to stay in the U.S., to move back to Estonia if you're going back. A pile of cash just gives you options, and sometimes those options are more valuable than what you might have made on an investment.
Yeah, it's good.
And so certainly real estate will be a mistake if you're only going to be there a couple years. Most of the time. I mean, there's a few times you get out whole, but I love real estate, but it's not a short-term play, and it's not a trade-off for rent. Everybody's got this thing about, versus rent. It really doesn't work out that way, except in the long haul. Short range, it does not work out that way.